Good morning, everybody. This is Aravind Mohan, and you're watching your favorite morning coffee show. எல்லாரும் எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? I'm doing great. Yeah. Today is 19th August 2021. Let's look at what are the major updates happening in the world today. First, Afghanistan has put a ban on import and export. இதனால இந்தியாவோட இம்பாக்ட் எப்படி இருக்கும், இந்தியாவோட எக்கானமி என்னென்ன ஏரியாஸில் இம்பாக்ட் இருக்கும், இதை பற்றி ஒரு ஷார்ட் ஓவர்வியூ பார்க்கலாம். Second topic, Cabinet has approved 11,000 odd crores for the production of palm oil in India. So, இதை பற்றி ஒரு summary பார்க்கலாம். What are the steps that are going to take? என்ன ஆக போகுது? That will be another update. Third, the vaccine for kids is expected to be available by September or near future after that. So, இதுக்கு என்னென்ன trials நடக்குது, என்ன view, அதை பற்றி ஒரு short summary பார்க்கலாம். There is a welcome increase in India's retail business. So we will look at this, how the economy is now reviving. Great news for all of us. Well, ICC has released the latest test ranking. Recent test match with against England. அதோட impact எப்படி இருந்தது, who stands where, இதை பற்றி ஒரு short summary பார்க்கலாம். Alright, so these are all the topics that we'll cover in today's morning coffee show, and welcome you to the show. Okay. So for the past few days, நம்ம நிறைய geopolitical updates பார்த்துட்டோம் between India and Afghanistan, how this is going to affect our country, இதெல்லாம் நிறைய பார்த்துட்டோம். But today, let us focus more on the economic side, especially for India. What is the impact? Recently, there is a ban on import and export exchange between India and Afghanistan. Before we understand what is the impact to it, first I think we should look at the stats. What we are exporting, how much we are exporting, how much we are importing, this is something we all should know. As of today, the average volume of export that happens from India to Afghanistan is in the range of $835 million US dollars. Similarly, even with export is in the range of 500 odd million US dollars worth import that we take from Afghanistan to India. சரி, அப்படி என்னதான் நம்ம எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணுறோம்? What do we send to Afghanistan? See, Afghanistan has a huge dependency on its surrounding nations for the final produce. India, for example, exports quite a lot of these commodities. Sugar நிறைய எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணுறோம், pharmaceutical products நிறைய எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணுறோம். Even with respect to technology or infra development, these towers and all these towers, these equipments, they are also exported from India to Afghanistan. Apparels, tea, coffee, spices, இதெல்லாம் இந்தியாவில் ப்ரொடியூஸ் நிறைய இருக்கும். These are all something that we export from India to Afghanistan. So Afghanistan people have a huge dependency on India for this. What do we import from Afghanistan? Yeah, first thing is dry fruits, dry raisins, dry apricots, even fig, pine nut, all of these nuts, pista, badam, almond. So what are all these dry fruits? The major import for India is from Afghanistan. Apart from it, there are also some of the fresh fruits, fresh apricot, fresh cherries, even watermelon, some medicinal herbs. So these are all something that we import all the way from Afghanistan. You'll be surprised to know that almost 85% of dry fruit import to India comes from Afghanistan. Okay, so this is a huge volume. So is it only between the bilateral ties and the import and export? No, not just that. Just for you all to understand what is the relationship between India and Afghanistan, well, the report says that there could be close to $3 billion US dollars worth investment India has strategically done into Afghanistan. ஏன் இந்தியா அதெல்லாம் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணாங்க, ஏன் இந்த பாஸ் பண்ணாங்க? See, geopolitically there are a lot of advantages, and Afghanistan as a neighboring nation to India, it was very, very important that India starts contributing for this development to have a good relationship. Now, what would be the outcome of all of this investment? We don't know. We have to wait and watch what would be the stand of Taliban-led government and the relationship with India. இதெல்லாம் இனிமே தான் பார்க்கணும். சரி, 85% of dry fruits is now imported all the way from Afghanistan to India. Now, what would be the impact to the people of a country? இதானே கேட்குறீங்க? Yes. Dr. Ajay Sahai, who is the Director General of Export Association of India, has clearly put this forward to say there could be a price increase. There could be a surge of the cost of these commodities because we are not able to import anymore from them. But is that the only impact? No, not just that. Imagine, no, it's a bilateral tie. So a lot of these exchange of commodities happening between these countries. நிறைய ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் வந்து டிரான்சிட்டில் இருக்கலாம், நிறைய ரீச் ஆகி ஸ்டில் பெண்டிங் பேமெண்ட் இருக்கலாம். இதெல்லாம் வச்சு probably these traders who is now responsible for this export and import between these two countries, they all might be affected. There could be a huge loss that they might have to take it. This related ஏற்கனவே Confederation of Traders Association ஏற்கனவே இது வந்து they already appraised this to the center to have this in mind, what would be the impact. So we should wait and watch how all of these are going to shape. The impact of India Afghanistan yes, it's also going to impact Afghanistan, but Afghanistan now has even more bigger reasons to worry. US has now put a ban on access to the Afghan central bank or the reserves which is outside the country. US the report says that there could be close to 9.4 billion worth of reserves that is outside Afghanistan. So Afghanistan bank or the reserves are placed usually majorly in the US, some also in the other countries. Either let me know if they are going to ban. Of course, these all belongs to Afghanistan, but Taliban-led government will not have access to these reserves. Okay, so economic part nariya paathache. Now what happens now in Afghanistan? Well, it's all, to me it all looks like how we see in Game of Thrones. Every day there are a lot of different updates that come in. There is a lot of missing of consistency of what the spokesperson of Taliban said and what's happening there. The reports that come in, they all could also be surges which could also be probably neutralized for a period of time, or this could be the new norm. We don't know. We have to wait and watch before we put you an update on this. All right, now let's get into our next update. Cabinet has now approved 11,040 crore watt scheme for palm oil cultivation in India. Palm oil cultivation, why is that a very big impact? You'll be surprised to know that India is the largest importer of palm oil today. Today we are importing this from Malaysia and from Indonesia. Just to give you a rough value, how much it is. In July 2020, that is 1 year before this, it was somewhere in the range of 8.25 lakh tons of palm oil we have imported. The same thing now, July 2021, year on year monthly average, now it has come down to 43%. Yeah. Now this, why it has come down to this is because of the higher domestic production. So we also have availability in the domestic market. We are able to cultivate this. Now this will reduce the dependency on other nations to import these commodities. On one hand, there are a lot of produce that we are doing it in surplus, which export. Other hand, some important items like palm oil, edible oil is something that we import from outside. A national mission for edible oil. Yes, this is a very, very important topic that we should look at, because now what we choose, now what we should cultivate should be also directly be proportional to what we consume. Yeah, this is called NMEO, National Mission for Edible Oil, and OP is for oil palm. And for this, there will be a lot of these actions that will be taken to cultivate palm oil. Targeted locations Andaman and Nicobar Islands and northeastern part of the country. In these places, we will start cultivating more and more of palm oil so that we might not have to depend on other countries to import these commodities. Next update is on COVID vaccine availability for kids. Dr. Priya Abraham, who is from the ICMR NAV, the National Institute of Virology, has now given the update that we can expect the next COVID vaccine for kids somewhere in September 2021 or sooner after that. Yeah, so now they are now in clinical trials of phase 2 and phase 3. This vaccine, the age group, so kids in general, there should also be an age group. This is targeted for the age group between 2 to 18 years. So after phase 2, phase 3 trial, then this would be soon be rolled out and made available to the general public. There is also a similar study that has been done and trials that has also been done by Zydus Cadila, where they are also working on a vaccine for the kids. Alright, so we got to wait. So once these vaccines are made available, then the government will plan in the execution and administration of these vaccines for kids. Okay, some good news for all of us. The Retail Association of India has now given a report that India's retail consume of commodities have now gone up to 73% of pre-COVID level. Month on month, we have progress. June 2021, this has raised up to 50% of pre-COVID level. That was a great progress at that time, but in this 1 month, it has raised to 73% of pre-COVID level. This is a great news, and this is a reflection of how people have now stopped being indoors. The overall sentiment is now changing, where people are now able to go more outdoor and more access to the retail market. The purchasing flow is also on the higher side. All these will also, in turn, the cash flow between the countries is also going to increase. The economy is also expected to go high. The upcoming festival season, already all of these retail business segment, they're all excited, they're all geared up for a great rise in the retail business market. All right. So now ICC has released the test ranking of players. We'll also see how this has impacted after the recent test match of India against England. So first we look at men's top 10 ranking. Kane Williamson is at number 1, unbeaten. Great. Okay. Number 2, Joe Root, who has been the only successful batsman in the current campaign between India and England. Now he has climbed up 2 positions to reach the second rank. With respect to India, Rohit Sharma is now at his career best points, and he is and apart from Rohit Sharma, we have Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Rishabh Pant at 5, 6, and 7 rank. All right, this is with respect to batting. With respect to bowling, James Anderson, he has now climbed 1 step up after the recent match. Now he is now at the 6th position. With respect to Indian team, Bumrah has now climbed down 1 position. Now he has gone one step below. And with the top 2, yes, Ashwin is still in second, though he was not part of the playing 11 with the combination choice that was made. But his consistent performance in Test cricket is always evident. And Pat Cummins is at rank number 1. So let's wait and watch for the remaining 3 Test match and how these rankings are going to change. All right, so these are all the updates that I have for today. Have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and extend your support. Thanks a lot. Bye. Cheers. And let me enjoy my coffee.